I thank you for being here tonight as we celebrate the life of Leonardo da Vinci, who died 500 years ago today.
Just last week, our educator, Krishna Floysen, she was nominated for her Girls Who Code Club that she runs here at the Leonardo. And she says, "By no means do I consider myself something special, but I do consider myself relentless in the pursuit of creating situations where the students are creative and gain confidence in themselves. I've recruited students from grade 2 to 7, and they speak 6 different languages between the 18 of them." And she asked me to spotlight one of her students, Venus, a 5th grader, who loves to code. She hopes to one day become a dentist. She loves helping. I always find her leaning over to her neighbor to help them out. She shows up rain or shine. She's a great example of perseverance. One week, her parents went on vacation for a holiday, and Venus chose to stay at her grandparents' so she wouldn't miss the Girls Who Code Club. Another week, she woke up throwing up, and her mother emailed me saying she might not make it. But an hour or so later, she comes walking into the museum because she couldn't stand to miss a single class. And she's a girl who can. So this is just one of the programs we run. There's so many of them. I could go on in terms of examples, but I think what we're trying to say is, how do we build a museum that's built in the honor of Leonardo the man? The idea of seeing the world differently, finding your own passion, finding your curiosity, and persevering and pursuing that passion. That's what we really strive to do here on a day-to-day basis.
So, Mario, have you ever heard of the Nobel Prize?
Yes, I have.
Have you won that?
Yes.
Well, Mario, we are so honored to have you here this evening. How did you get connected with the Leonardo?
First of all, you selected a name that is fantastic. I mean, who can refuse Leonardo? No. What the qualities, I think, are important about Leonardo? I think one I've already mentioned, he was self-taught. And that included everything. I mean, from start to go, he learned mathematics, he learned Latin, he learned to read in different languages, and so on. He was relentless with his curiosity. I mean, he never stopped. And finally, he used his observations to then generate hypotheses, but he went further than that and then would generate experiments to test those hypotheses. This is science. This is the process of science. And again, this is 200 years before the Age of Enlightenment.
I'd like to invite the Stephen Jacobson family to come up. Yeah.
Stephen C. Jacobson, creator, inventor, designer, engineer, mentor, entrepreneur, and teacher. Steve Jacobson shared Leonardo da Vinci's prolific creativity, and his genius impacted countless lives.
It is so special seeing my dad honored tonight, particularly since he passed away 3 years ago this spring. Flipping through Leonardo's sketches with them, I was reminded of how Dad used to always joke that he liked to make mistakes as quickly as possible because as an inventor, and of course in life in general, you had to make lots of them to get to the good stuff. In reading through Martin Kent's recent publication of Leonardo's 100 milestone contributions, Kent said where most people see diversity across different fields of study, science, nature, and technology, for example, and assign them separate disciplines, Leonardo saw commonality. I certainly saw this visionary sort of clarity in Dad. At night, we'd peek into the study regularly, and he was always predictably holed up in his favorite chair, clipboard in his lap with his little felt pens, and thoughtfully bringing all his disparate ideas to life. Because he viscerally loved learning, teaching, and found lifelong joy in making people's lives better, whether through medical devices or pure entertainment of the senses. Thank you for this lovely award. Thank you so much. one more time I have the chance to stand up here and say how grateful and proud we are to be his family. So thank you.
You probably know that the Leonardo is a multidisciplinary center for creativity and innovation, but you may not know that the Leonardo did not start out as the Leonardo at all. In fact, we began as 3 groups. The Utah Science Center, thanks to Joe Andrade, a singular vision in the beginning. The Center for Documentary Arts, and Global Artways, or Youth City Artways. They started to bring in this idea of youth, of public, of art, of creativity into this mix that would become the Leonardo. But there was also this incredible vision of having people from different disciplines sitting together and creating together that actually made the Leonardo in a very organic and authentic way.
My eldest son participated in Mind Riot, and because of Mind Riot, he was inspired to continue to develop some talents that he has, and enrolled in the Lassonde program at the University of Utah because of Mind Riot. And so I think it's a wonderful connection, getting our young, brilliant minds inspired, keeping them here to stay in Utah, helping to build businesses. So that is a very personal connection.
Thank you so much for the generosity that all of you have contributed in so many ways. By being here, by being our advocates in the community.